how I got this image from this to this. Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to show you guys how I edited this image right here using frequency separation. I'll be editing this video on Photoshop right here, and I'll walk you guys through the process on how I got to the final results. So let's get to the intro. So the first thing I do in my image is to take out the blemishes, and the first thing I'll do is to duplicate the background layer, Ctrl or Command J, and then I normally use my patch tool or my spot healing brush tool to take out blemishes. So for the patch tool, I'm going to zoom in. I just take out the obvious blemishes using the patch tool, and then for the smaller blemishes I use the spot healing brush tool. Take this out. So I'm going to speed up this process of taking out the blemishes. So this is the before and the after. Let me zoom in so you can see the before and the after. Before and the after. So I'm going to merge all visible layers so I can take out these hair strands everywhere. I'll just take out some of the hair strands. I use the clone stamp tool for that. Opacity 100, flow 100. Take this 90 degrees. Then so for my brush, I'll increase the hardness a bit. Yeah, it is okay. Yeah. Brush size, then take this out. So I'll just leave this at that, not doing too much before and after. Then I'll pick up my clone stamp tool and take this out here. Fix the background a bit. So I'll take out these other hair strands here. Oh, this is this. Before and after, before and after. So the next thing I do is to merge all visible layer. Control Shift Alt E. Then I'll go to my action panel here and go for my advanced frequency separation right here. I got this action from Prince Mason. I'll drop a link under the description down so you can go check the action out and download it. It's for free. So I'll play this. Then I'll take this down to 6. So for the Gaussian blur here, if you want less texture on your image while you're retouching it, you take your radius down, and if you the lower the radius, the smoother the skin is going to be when you're using your mixer brush to brush over it. So I like it to be in between, where I get to maintain more of the texture on the skin of my subject. So for this, I won't go overboard going all the way to 100, please. The highest I do most times is 9 or 8 on a portrait, on a beauty shoot portrait. is 9 or 8. That is the highest I do. So I'll just stick to 6. 6 is fine. Okay, so I'll leave this at 6.2 and then okay. Then I'll come to the low frequency separation layer up here, the copy layer, and then use my mixer brush tool. My wet at 20, low 20. This is just my settings. You can just copy the settings out and use it. Then I'll clean the brush, increase the brush size, and zoom in. Then blend. The most important thing you have to understand while using this technique is when you're brushing over the skin of the model, you don't need to brush all the way, like doing this. Brush from the shadows to the highlights in. You mess the whole image. So what I do mostly is just to blend the area. Blend it, not brushing through. So come here, before and after. So this is the before and the after of the image, and I will still come and brush over here. Before and the after, before and after. So what I normally do, that is for frequency separation. What I do next, okay, hold on, I can see this area down here. Okay, before and after, before and after. So what I do next with this is to reduce my opacity, because I don't always like my images to look overly edited. I just love it to still maintain the natural feel that goes into it. So I reduce the opacity down a bit to 76 is okay. Before and after, before and after. So I'll zoom in here. Before and after, before and after. So there are little things I would love to fix. This area right here. Take this to 100, then brush area right here. Area. These areas. So yep. Before and after 76. So yeah, so there's some little areas I would like to fix right here. Now if I bring in my black and white layers again, then use my levels, take this up and take this up. So there are some areas I like to fix, like here, this black area here. and some other small blemishes I have to take out. So I'll just go bring in my curve layers, take this up, then I'll invert the mask, Control or Command I to invert. Yep. Then I'll take my brush tool, opacity 100, flow at 1. Then reduce the brush size, a white brush. Then brush over this area. So this will be before and after. Now you can see. So this is what I do to like fix this little differences on the skin. It is actually a technique from micro dodge and burn. I'm not going to do much. And this is a before and the after. Before and after. Zoom in. This brush size and take this out. So turn off this layer. Before and after. Before and after. You can see that before and after. I'm just going a bit brush here. So take this up. Fix this. Yes. I'll delete this, and this, and increase this back to 85 is okay. Alright. Before and after 85. Out. So the next thing I do is to merge all visible layer, Control Shift Alt E, then go in to take out some of the little blemishes still left on the face. So before and after. So that is it for this part of it. So I'll just show you guys before and after, before and after, before and after. So I'm going to zoom out right here. And the next thing I do is to even out the skin. So now what I do is get the action I got from Prince Mason. Even skin tone right here. With the action. Go right here and zoom in. This for the highlights. I'm going to select. Yeah. It's fine. And this for the mid-tones. Oh, let's see. Then this for the shadows. Okay. My brush tool, opacity 100, flow 100, and brush over the skin. So this is the before and the after. And then I'll reduce the opacity down a bit to I think 12 is fine. Before and after. So after the even skin tone, what I do next is to color grade the image. Now I have my LUTs, which I'm going to use to do that. I have a LUT. I'll go here. Color lookup, load LUT. I'll use the first LUT here. Okay, I'll reduce the opacity of this down. Okay, 11 is okay. Then I'll also add the second, because I normally play around my LUTs. I use two different LUTs, sometimes one, whichever works for me. So I'll go check another one. Then just gonna try this before and after. I'm going to take this down. So okay, before and after. This is okay. So from here, I'm going to add the rich tone action. Go here, rich tone, play that. Then I'll reduce the opacity down because not okay. I'll leave it as 6 is okay. So after this, I'm going to add my color balance layer, and then for the mid-tone, I'll take this. I want to add a little bit of cyan to it, so I'll take it. -4 is okay. Before and after. Then I'll bring in magenta a bit. -2 is okay. Then yellows, so okay, this is okay. Before and after. Before and after. So for my highlights, I'll take the reds up a bit. Then on greens, and then bring in the yellows. But this is okay. So here is the before and the after. Before and the after. So up next, I'll bring in my curves and make the image pop a bit. I'll pull here up, bring this down a bit. So we have here the before and the after. Take this up a bit, before and the after. Then I'll bring in my levels, increase the exposure a bit. This is okay, and this will be at 2. Yeah. So this is everything I do for simple color grading, nothing much. I'll just group this and call it CG, color grade. Enter. So this is the before and the after. The before and the after. So up next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background of the image, because I want to have a little bit of feel to it. So I downloaded an image I'm going to use to do this, and I'll get that to Photoshop right now. Download. So this is the image right here. So I'm going to just click and drag. Then I'll turn it off. And then I'll merge visible layer here, because I'm about to crop my subject out of this other background right here. So I'll do the Control or Command J to duplicate your layer, and then I'll pick a selection through here and just say select subject. So now my subject has been selected. I'll just zoom in to see. Okay. And then I'll click on Control J. So the next thing I'll do is also take the background and have it in a different layer, the background without the subject. So I'll select this, go to the image and inverse select, then Control J. So after this, I'm going to come into the image I brought in here, turn this on, Control T, rotate it, zoom out, expand this down here, and pull this up. Okay. So this is okay. I'm going to take this behind the subject, then zoom in a bit, Control C, put this in, then change the blend mode to soft light, then reduce the opacity. So here is the before and the after. So the next thing I'll do is to add the levels layer on top here. and clip it to the image levels. Clip. I want it to be a bit dark. So this is okay. Before and after. So this is it. Before and after. Before and after. Before and after. So that is just what I'm going to do here. Then after I'm going to merge our visible layer. Control or Command Alt E. So after this, the next thing I'm going to do is fix the color of the dress. I need this lines here to be pink. So what I'll do is use my quick selection tool. Come here and select the dress. And after that, I'll bring in my hue saturation layer. Select red, the eyedropper tool, and then select this color right here. Then move the hue slider down. And then we have a pink stripe on the dress. So this is the before and the after. I'll reduce the opacity a bit. Before and after. And that is it for the image. So I'm going to merge all visible layer. So after this, I'm going to do the contour by bringing my curve layers. Bring this in and bring this down. After that, for the bone, which is this layer, I'm going to name this burn and name this dodge. Then for the bone, I'll go to blend if and bring this slider so it just affects the shadow of the subject. And Alt to take this other side down. Then I'll go to the dodge. Same thing, move the slider just to affect the highlights. Also, I'll take this all the way. And after that, I'll group this, Ctrl G, add the mask, go to image, apply image, and OK. So this is the before and the after. We have a little bit of pop on the image, before and after. I'm going to reduce the opacity down a bit. Before and the after, before and after. Take this down. Before. So this is fine. This is perfect for me. I'm going to merge visible layers again. So the next thing I do is to resize the image, and what I'll do is to flatten my whole layers down and then use my crop tool to resize the image. Before I do that, I'll just turn off my background layer and then Ctrl+Shift+E to flatten image. And after that, I'll come to my crop tool here and resize the image. And I'm doing this to centralize my subjects in the frame. Take this here. Think this is okay. And your contents are where? Okay. Okay, I'm going to do that. Take that to the little bit. And okay. So yeah, this is the final result, and with this you can see this is the before, this is the before and the after, before and the after. So I did not do anything much here, just simple frequency separation and color grading. So this is it, guys. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for watching the video to the end. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, or drop a comment if you have any question concerning any part of the technique which you don't understand, and anticipate my next video, which will be coming out next week. I'll also drop links to where you can get the necessary actions you might need to use in retouching your own images. So see you guys in the next video. Thank you.